Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming to you live from the town of Oyster Bay Skating Center in Bethpage, New York, getting ready for our first of two games here on the docket tonight, Sunday night hockey in the New York Islanders High School Hockey League Varsity Division. We will have the VSSL Storm scoring off against the Bethpage Eagles. Kicking things off tonight. Following this matchup, we'll wrap up tonight's docket with Syosset and Manhasset. Warm-ups just concluded here at the TOB. Both sides doing their final chance at the cages. And we're just about ready to go here for the opening face-off. My name's Travis Quigley, taking you through the call of both games tonight. Happy to be here with the LI Sports Network crew. Rowan Loddick, Anthony Papasadero, Gabe Takuri, Sam Musnick, Pat Algazzini, and Brandon Katopka, the starting goalies tonight for the Storm and the Eagles, respectively. Katopka for Bethpage getting his first start of the campaign. On the opposite side for Algazzini, it'll be his third start of the season, 1-1, coming into tonight's matchup. Storm are 2-2, Eagles 0-3, and the Storm on the back of a two-game winning streak, looking to make it 3 in a row here tonight, as they've been absolutely buzzing after dropping the first two games of the season. They've really bounced back after those losses to Belmore and Manhasset. A big win over Half Hollow Hills and then a dominant win over East Meadow. Bethpage looking to get in the win column as they've dropped their first three, and it's the Storm who will win the opening face-off as we get things going tonight, opening 15 here on LISN. Rush sends it long. Duran looking to catch up to it, beats out the icing, spinning the pass out front, and getting a piece with Steinberg off the backhand, but the shot went wide. Billy Wendell scoops up the puck and starts the breakout by dishing it over to Seglio. Seglio's over the red and dumps it cross corner. Big kick off the wall, back out into the slot. Nobody home for the Eagles. Rush is able to chip it ahead for Duran. Poked away from Duran. Steinberg on a stick lift. Right back for Duran. Slides it into the middle. Ing for Duran. Pass blocked. Duran tries a spinning shot. Went wide. Ing for Duran. He shoots, and it's a glove stop for Brandon Katopka. Get you another look at that glove save for Brandon Katopka. Great look out front here by Ing, as Duran finds the space, and a quick glove snag. Eagles looking to break things out on the D-zone faceoff around to Wendell. Zoll's trying to go to the point, gets the stick lifted by Wendell, who pokes it ahead, and Bergen clears. Felicia racing after it. Collision in the corner becomes a 2-on-2 battle. And out of the zone, a saucer pass ahead. Zolls receives it through the legs on a breakaway. Zolls, snap shot, and a breadbasket save for Katopka. Way out of the blue paint to make that stop. Couple of early chances here for the Storm. Shut down by Brandon Katopka. Face-offs one to the boards. And Baldiel out of the zone, slides it over to Ribeiro. Ribeiro off on the backhand. Tries a shot that Algazzini turns aside. Storm have numbers on the puck down low. Lawler begins the breakout rush. Pass went through the skates of Zoll. Zoll's trying to keep it in. Back with Lawler. Zoll's now collects. Drop pass over the blue to Kinzer. Shot goes wide. Big kick around the wall, and it's collected again by Zoles. Walks middle and shoots. That's blocked. Ribeiro in the lane. Back on goal. They score! Quick one-time try on net, and it's 1-0 for the Storm in the early going here in the first period. It's going to be Nicholas Bone getting his first of the season. In and just sends it at the net from an off angle. Tough for Katopka to track it. It's 1-0 for VSSL. Billy Wendell collects after the Bethpage Eagles win the faceoff. Wendell, ton of speed into the O-zone. To the backhand. He scores! A highlight reel goal from Billy Wendell. Ties it up quick. 1-1. 15 seconds is all Bethpage needed to tie this game. Great fake by Wendell to the outside. Quickly goes forehand, backhand, and beats Algazzini 5-hole. 1-1 here at the TOB. Back with Wendell again. Backhander up the boards, out of the zone. Foot race for it. And Ronaldo there. Driving into the zone, gets the stick lifted, tries to center a pass. It was blocked up by Balletta. Held in at the line. Up to the point for Wendell. Shovels it to the corner. Kicks all the way around the wall. Still bouncing around, now into the slot. Chance here, that's blocked. Another try for the Eagles, blocked again by Balletta. Couldn't clear, held in by Bergen. That's played off the glass. Bergen one more time, gloves it down, holds the zone, drives down the wall. Forced in behind the net, looking for a pass. Keeps it deep. Now out to the slot. One-timer blocked. Second try, fanning on it was Seglio. Long stretch pass. The Storm clear the zone, and it's hacked in by Nepogata. All the way around as the Eagles try to go to the weak side to break out. They do, but Steinberg picks it off just outside the blue. Cuts back in one-on-one. Steinberg trying the toe drag. Wendell read him perfectly. Little over 4 minutes gone. 1-1 hockey game. Ribeiro. Inside out. Forced to the corner. Knocked off the puck by Francavilla. To the middle, turnover, to the net, save made. Algazzini kept the rebound tight, got the whistle. Good step by Bergen there, getting the shot on net on the keep-in. Poked at and wheeling out of the zone. Francavilla, ton of pace as he goes wide on Bergen. Still keeping possession. Slid it off to Duran's shot, kicks off the back wall and all the way around, helping Bethpage break out. Algazzini will come out, leaves it for Rush. Rush snaps a pass, jumps right over the stick of Scarcella. Duran's F1. Duran takes the puck away. Got tied up though with Bergen. It's back in the corner. Connor Bergen, little head fake off the boards. Held in at the blue. Francavilla shoots, getting a piece was Ing. Kicked aside by Katopka. Back with Francavilla. On goal, hits the side of the net. Around the wall, Rush races across, keeps it in. Kicks all the way back up to the opposite point. Steinberg takes a check, and it's knocked out of the zone by Policia. Eagles have a chance to slow up and break out as the Storm had to tag up. They get right back on the forecheck, though, wasting little time. And Steinberg trying to take the puck away in the slot. Ribeiro swoops in to collect the biscuit and wheel out. Knocked off the puck by Lawler. Duran trying to wheel into the zone. Policia all over him. Steinberg, windmill deke. Cuts in. Just got tied up in the slot. Unable to get the wrist shot through. 8:50 remaining in period one. Bone for the Storm. Wendell for the Eagles. Steinberg's in. Fought off by Katopka. Big kick off the glass. And is pushed to the corner by Wendell. Trying to clear the zone. Takes a bump. Was able to swat the puck ahead for Ronaldo. Zoles takes it away at the red. Pokes it ahead for Steinberg. Out of the corner, Steinberg. High slot Duran. One-time blast. And Katopka steers it out of play. Duran and Steinberg, the dynamic duo for VSSL. Steinberg 12 points in 4 games. Duran 8 points in 2 games. Leading the way. And they've connected for a lot of combined goals through the first 4 games for the Storm. The pass to Bone came all the way back into his own end, so has to restart the breakout. Touch pass middle for Kinzer. Racing in, fanning on the shot, Iosa. Still battling for it into the corner. Now out front, as sliding to block that pass was Wendell. Cycled around to Zoles. Looks in front, goes through the blue paint, kicks out of the corner, and into the neutral ice. Lawler to Bone, back across. And racing in is Kinzer. Drops it to the outside for Zoles. His centering pass taken away and flipped into the Eagles bench by Seglio. Face-off will be left of Brandon Katopka. Storm win the face-off. The Eagles, though, take it right back, clear the zone. Comes off the glove of Scarcella on the dump-in. First on it is Minhas. Pushed back deep by Policia. He's going to come all the way around to Jake Zoles. Zoles on a cross-ice pass, gets it out, stopped up in the skate by Bergen, flips it back in as the Eagles tag. Zoles going to lead the rush. Zoles carrying wide, cuts into the middle, glove save for Katopka. Spun all the way around for the Eagles, trying to clear, taking a check, keeping it in Villaro. Cross to Duran, just missed his tape. And skating it out, Policia. Policia, nice move cutting in, just got tied up though by Scarcella, and Steinberg takes away the puck. Steinberg tucks the shoulder to the net for Duran. One-timer, hits the glass, so close. Rush on the D-to-D pass, going through the middle, just missed Duran's stick. Taken away by Minhas into the zone. He's solo, so just going to have to dump it in as he awaits some help off the line change. Ronaldo takes a big check from Rush as the puck squirts out to Duran. His pass gets blocked. Rush is there to take it and puts it back off the wall to Duran. 5:50 to go in the first period. 1-1 the score. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight live on the LI Sports Network for New York Islanders High School Hockey League varsity action. Out of the corner, pass into the circle, taken away by Duran. He's going to draw a penalty. Steinberg off 2-on-1, has Ing driving the net. Steinberg on the backhand to Ing, can't get a shot through. Eagles touch up. And the Storm will go on the power play. Billy Wendell, 2 for tripping. And VSSL on the power play here. Puck kept in at the point. That pass is intercepted, fired all the way down. Algazzini will stop it up and leave it for Francavilla. Pressuring hard. F1 is Seglio. Ton of pressure, forcing Francavilla to cut the net quickly. Back into the O zone. It's Francavilla inside out. Shoots, scores! Coast to coast for the first of the year. Francavilla makes it 2-1 for VSSL on the power play. Go for a skate, why don't you, Joey Francavilla? Great take, drives in wide, and takes the wrist shot that beats Katop on the glove hand side. 2-1 for the Storm now, unassisted goal for Francavilla. It's in unassisted, but I think Pat Algazzini, the netminder, might get an apple on that one. He left the puck out for Francavilla there after the dump in. So it'll be Francavilla from the netminder Algazzini. And a big hit thrown, forcing a turnover there. Eagles take it back, they clear. Bone's gonna dump it in, Storm has to tag up. They're onside, they can attack now. Turnover force just outside the blue, it's dumped back in by Iosa. Hard wrap up the near side, pinching in Lawler, holds it, shots deflected. And off the right pad of Katopka as Billy Wendell throws a big hit behind the net. Breakout pass, off the wall and dumped in by Seglio. Lawler first back to touch. And sees a lane to skate, he's gonna take it. Jack Lawler. Cutting east to west, out front, Iosa off the heel of this stick. Went to the corner with the shot. Takes a hit from Ronaldo. Puck pops to Zoles, just whacks it back low. Played around to Bergen with 3:35 remaining in this opening period. Storm hold a 2-1 lead. Stretch pass is taken away. Push forward by Vent, and then back to Chang. Policia trying to swing for Chang as Zoles gets on the attack. Zoles knocks him over, takes the puck away. Out front, just under the tape of Moriarty. Eagles clear the zone, stopped up at the red by Valaro. One-timered in by Zoles. Policia looking to wheel, stops up out of the corner, takes a bump. Able to slide the puck across to Bergen, who stretches it out, one-handed in by Ribeiro. Ribeiro trying to cut middle, knocked away by Scarcella. Trying to use the glass as his friend, held in the zone. Policia back to Ribeiro, beats his man out of the corner. Ribeiro walking it out, taking it to the net, shoots just off target. Back behind the cage, Ribeiro's pass, knocked down by Valaro around to Zoles. Zoles, Valaro buzzing ahead, pokes it out one hand. 2-on-1 chance, Valaro across the net, but Gata unable to control it. Just under the tape as he was trying to receive that pass. Back in Ribeiro's shot, took a deflection on the way, went wide. Valaro again in the defensive zone, wraps it to the weak side. Pops in the air, glove down, now it's kicked out. Boletta fans on the shot, takes a bump from Wendell. Sauces the puck across to his D partner, Baudil. High flip out of the zone. Icing waved as it skipped past the foot of Valaro. And Valaro's going to receive the pass from Scarcella. Trying to cut middle, knocked off the biscuit. Billy Wendell. Moves it ahead to Park. Park gains the red, dumps it in. Algazzini's out to stop it. Fires it around the boards. Wendell on the keep. Back to the corner, pops to Park. Pass is blocked by Francavilla, our most recent goal scorer. Storm clear the zone, trying to settle down the bouncing puck is Chang. Steinberg all over him as we enter the final minute of the first. Ing intercepts a pass, trying to kick it over to Duran, lost it in the skates, and cleared out by Bethpage. Francavilla stumbled, lost possession. Trying to poke it into Park. Francavilla plugging the boards. With Duran. Swivels past a check from Wendell. Ing on the keep in. Now it's just jabbed out by Ronaldo. 30 to go. Francavilla opens up. Carries into the O zone. Stops up. Off to Duran. Duran to the middle. Backhand, forehand. Slides it over to Steinberg, who scores. Great hands from Duran. Steinberg's in the perfect spot to tap it home. And with 16.4 to go, it's 3-1 for the Storm. Look at the hands here from Duran in tight. Backhand, forehand, ever so quickly. And an easy goal there for Steinberg, getting his 6th of the season. Said it earlier in the game, the dynamic duo. They connect often. They did so again just right there at the end of this period. It's one back to Rush. Rush off the wall to Duran. Duran takes a bump in front of his own bench offside as Wendell enters the zone a bit too early. Policia was trying to tag back up. Trying to get one last chance was Duran. 2 seconds and 1. And that's going to do it for the first. 3-1 after 1. Goals for the Storm. Steinberg, Francavilla, and Bone. Billy Wendell for Bethpage. We'll be back in a minute for the second 15 here on LISN. We return for period 2 here on the LI Sports Network. Travis Quigley here on the call, joined by Anthony Papasadero, Sam Musnick, Rowan Loddick, and Gabe Takuri. It's 3-1 for the VSSL Storm. And we're at the Town of Oyster Bay Ice Skating Center in Bethpage. A home contest for the Bethpage Eagles. Didn't have to travel far to get here tonight. Down by 2 as we start this second period. And it's one back to Billy Wendell. Brandon Katopka's had a strong game for Bethpage so far as he steers that one off to the corner. Pass out to the high slot. It's going to be broken up. And a little friendly fire in the high slot there for Bethpage. It stays in now. Popping back to his feet, Ronaldo. And he'll take the puck out of the zone now. Knocked off the puck by Zoles, who gets the pass. Touches it to Kinzer, gets it right back. Zoles is in and shoots. rolled up on him as he fired, and he put it over the cage. Out to the red line with Kinzer. Snaps it across to Zoles. Through the middle of the ice. NYIHSHL. That shot over the head of Katopka. Kicked off the back of the net. Still in the corner here for the Storm. Wendell drops down, angles it off, and takes it away. Putting it up the wall. Francavilla on the keep it. Francavilla can hold that one as Wendell is just driving through with too much force. He's going to kick it into the corner as he was surrounded by 3 members of the Storm. Broken out to Zoles. Slowed up by Wendell, dumped back in, delayed offside. They must tag. And it's Francavilla who will try to break out the opposite side. They're going to get a pass back from Kinzer. Good start to the second period for Bethpage here as they're all over the Storm. Trying to get some shots now. Ahead for Ronaldo. Gets the stick lifted. And going the other way is Zoles. Zoles driving wide. VSSL. 3 off, 3 on. Boletta off the bench into the corner. Poked it back deep. Pops to Nepagati. His shot. Hit a body on the way. And we're going to get a penalty called here on the Eagles. Cross-checking penalty going on Connor Bergen. And it's another power play chance here for the Storm. One for one tonight after Francavilla capitalized in the first period. It's one back to Steinberg. Switches spots with Lawler. Rolls back to the middle. To Duran, right flank. Returns it. Left side to Lawler now. Walks in and shoots. Save. Gets his own rebound. Another stop. And a third try for Lawler. Katopka kept that one close. Gets the whistle. Quick setup and quick to the net here for VSSL on this man advantage. Tie up at the circle. Ing steps in. Gets it across to Lawler's pass to Steinberg. Popped up in the air and comes out of the zone. Steinberg back in, setting things up. Takes it beneath the goal line. Behind the net, spinning out. Shoots. Blocked by Wendell. Hit his shin pad. Lawler to Duran. Silky mitts up to the point. Lawler can't keep it in. Steinberg to Ing, back to Steinberg. Minute left on the power play. Slot for Durant, fans on it. Taken away and cleared by Ribeiro. Algazzini leaves it for Lawler. Around the net, stops up. Steinberg into the O-zone. Toe drag, in. Couldn't get the shot through. Dropping it off to the point for Ing. Across the seam to Duran. We get a whistle. Net came off its moorings during that sequence. .26 seconds left on the penalty to Bergen. 3-1 still the scoreline here. Faceoff's one, comes back to Steinberg. Sauces over to Duran. Duran tucking the shoulder, drops it off to Ing. Ing in the corner. Wendell on a stick check. Steinberg batting it out of the air, holding the line. Beats one. He'll shoot, hit a body. Up to the point, Francavilla. Back for Duran. Nice move, Duran. Across to Ing, back door. Just blocked off. We go back to 5-on-5. Ing had an open net tap in waiting, and Wendell got just enough of it to steer it aside. 5-on-5 once again here. 3-1 the score as the Storm are out in front with 10:50 to go in the second period. Again, want to thank you all for joining us tonight on the LI Sports Network. It's Billy Wendell off the D-zone draw win. Wendell driving wide. Can't get the shot off as the stick got tied up by Scarcella, and he's going to go to the box for a hooking penalty. Bethpage going to get their first power play of the night now. Right of Algazzini. In the circle, hooking it right at the net was Ribeiro. Pops off to the corner, Storm clear. Katopka wants to go long. Steinberg picks it off, keeps it in, drives the net, shoots but hits the glass. Wendell's going to take possession now. A stretch pass for Ribeiro, the assistant captain. Into the offensive zone to set up. Tucks the shoulder in the corner, spins back, and dishes to the point. Into the slot now. Seglio fires. Went off of Policia in front of the net. Francavilla off the glass and out. Katopka thought about going long again. Instead, leaves it for Wendell. Wendell starting to skate. Felt the pressure coming immediately. Nice play in the blue by Ribeiro. Ribeiro's in, shoots wide. Valaro might have got a piece of that shot. Pushed back to the corner by Seglio. Valaro, hard wrap around. Kept in. Driving the net, Bergen. Looking to go through this seam. Francavilla drop into a knee. Blocks the pass and sends it 200 feet. Wendell looking to go quickly. Cutting through the middle. Trying to backhand it deep. Glove down. Dished ahead to Duran. It's a solid play by Bone. It's back with Duran. Duran with Bone driving. High slot there. Goes to the backhand. Hits the outside of the net. 2 seconds and one. Scarcella has returned. 5-on-5 hockey once again. Storm tag up on the delayed offside. Katopka leaves it out for Park. Park looking middle off the stick of Ribeiro. Back to Duran in neutral ice. It's Ribeiro with the puck, spinning. Trying to evade Ing. Back behind his own net now. Ing all over him. Playing the body, pin him up against the boards. And swooping in to get the puck, Aiden Park. Park through the middle off the stick of Ronaldo. Duran to the outside, and it's flipped in by Bone. Get a stoppage as that flip in was played with a high stick. 7:45 to go in period two. 3-1 scoreline for the Storm. All 4 goals in this hockey game coming back in the first period. First period shots were 9-3 in favor of the Storm. 3-0. Make it 4 now for VSSL so far in the second. Into the slot, quick chance denied. Eagles clear. Red line and in for Bone. Katopka out, stops it up. Hard wrap around is going to be held in by Lawler. Lawler chips in, gets right after it. Drives Chang into the wall. Centering feed off the stick of Ribeiro into the corner. Fired all the way down by Chang. Icing called. Face off left of Katopka. Glove down, backhander at the net, save, rebound, spinning, try. Wendell came off his skate as Kinzer was trying to bury his second goal of the campaign. Back with Kinzer. Drops it off to Zoles. Zoles snaps one on goal. Wendell again blocking the shot. Centering pass taken away. Francavilla, though, jumps it. Holds the zone. Into the corner. Across to Zoles. Save Katopka. Storm on the keep in. Nepa got a shot kicked away by Katopka. Out of the corner, pops across to the point for Francavilla. Katopka with the pad save. Kept in at the point. That shot hit a stick on the way to the net. Battle on the boards, and the Eagles able to chip it out to center ice. Rush off the wall, back into the zone. Dropped off for Wendell. Wendell drags and begins to skate. Trying to cut middle, sticked away by Francavilla. Policia joining late, kept it in the zone momentarily before it's flipped back out. Drop back for Chang with 5:20 to go. Goes D to D, and right up goes Wendell. Redirected into the zone by Ribeiro, negating the icing. Backhanded out by Francavilla, and Wendell's there with plenty of time and space. Looking to send it up the wall. It's picked off. Moriarty ahead. And unable to settle it down was Belletta. Rush wins that battle. Back with Wendell. Stretch pass, and Policia dumping the puck in. Skips just past Algazzini, hits the backboards. A long saucer pass. Steinberg trying to glove it down. Pulls it out of the skates. What a move. Steinberg's on a break, and a blocker save for Katopka. Wendell intercepts a pass, and he's out. Dishing it across to Ribeiro. Ribeiro snaps it on goal, sticked away by Algazzini. Chipped out of the zone, foot race. Duran getting after it. As it's Bergen, just trying to evade the pressure. Does a successful job of it. Ribeiro at the red, has to stop up. Spinning back in, just onside. As Policia timed that one right. Backhander at the net is covered up by Algazzini. Eagles win the faceoff. Wendell drags and shoots. Parried aside by Alguazini. Broken out clean, and here comes Duran with speed. Driving wide as Wendell knifes it away using the reach. Pass to the point, comes all the way out of the zone. Scarcella getting after it as Vent was coming hard. Valaro back to help now, cuts his own net. Off the wall to Duran. Duran drops it off. Gets a return feed. A little chip and chase. As Steinberg slides it back to him with speed. Duran trying to go into the triangle as Wendell knocks him to the ice. Ronaldo one-hands it over for Seglio. Seglio's in with room to shoot. And a glove save for Alguazini. Tracking that one clean. 3:10 remaining in the second period. I want to take the time once again to thank you all for joining us tonight on the LI Sports Network. Make sure you follow us on social media at LI Sports Network. Hit subscribe on YouTube. Don't miss a second of any of the high school hockey action we have here on Long Island. Also the college hockey coverage as well. It can all be found on LISN, both our social media channels and here on YouTube. 3 minutes to go, 3-1, as the Eagles are looking to get a little bit closer with a goal to make this a 3-2 hockey game, as that one from the point is shoveled wide. Foot race for it. Zoles wins it. Good cut out of the corner. Zoles now over the blue. Stops up at the top of the circle. Off the skate of Kinzer. And missed the cage. Chipped out of the zone by Seglio. Dump in, going to be gloved down by Katopka. He wants to play this one. Looking for an outlet pass, trying to go long. Battle at the red line. And it was won by the Storm. Hacked back in. Park sent it long, redirected by Seglio into the zone of the SSL. Chipped right back out by Lawler. Snap pass, hits a couple shin pads, so it won't be an icing. Bone gets first touch on the puck beneath his own goal line. Iosa across. It's Kinzer up the boards for Lawler. Just out of Lawler's reach and hacked back deep by Seglio. That time it's flipped out. Eagles got to tag up here. Iosa wants to go quick. Iosa across to Zoles. Good reception of that pass. Hits a stick on the way. Up to the point for Steinberg. Walks and shoots. That took a deflection. Katopka makes another stop as Iosa is trying to put the backhander home. 1:16 to go. 3-1, the scoreline holds. To the net, Steinberg right off the offensive zone draw. Katopka way out, makes the save. Back in front, Ing shot, blocked by Policia. Back to Steinberg, he's gonna roll to the point. Quick toe drag. Off to the outside, final minute now. Puts it to the corner, recollects. Takes a check and is knocked off the puck as it pops to Minhas trying to clear. And it's fired off the wall on the opposite side of the ice by Bergen. Franco Villa swings it back to Rush. Off the wall for Ing. Steinberg across to Duran. Duran driving wide, knocked down by Bergen. Pops right back up. Takes the puck again, splits through a couple. Drives it off. Drops it to Franco Villa, who couldn't get a shot through. Duran off the boards. What a move. Duran, glove save for Katopka. Still loose in the blue paint. Now it's off on the side of the net. We get a whistle with 9 seconds left. And now some pushing and shoving here. I don't think we're going to get any penalties from that extra stuff. We'll see as the officials are standing together talking it over now. Officials deem the face-off's going to come outside as D-men came in. Waiting seconds. And after being tied up for about 6 of them, the final 3, it just kicks back and expires. Shots in period 2. 10 for the Storm, 5 for the Eagles. Score remains 3-1, 2-period shot total 19 for VSSL, 8 for Bethpage. We'll be back in a minute for the 3rd period between the Storm and the Eagles. Third period is a go. Travis Quigley here on the call. Sam Musnick, Anthony Papasadero, Gabe Takuri, Rowan Loddick. The A-team here for LISN tonight. 3-1 for the Storm over the Eagles as Ing races in, drops it off. Duran with a quick one-time try, steered aside by Katopka. Pass back to the point, scooped up here by Billy Wendell. Wendell dumps the puck in, came off his skate. One-handed in and around to Ing now, trying to go through the middle. Wendell picks it off, looking to go to the net. Pass across is fought off, taken away there by Scarcella. Flipped out, foot race, and Katopka coming way out to play this and sends it long. Smart play from the Eagles netminder there. Cross for Scarcella, and he dishes to Steinberg. Over the blue, Steinberg looking to drop it off for Duran. It's back with Steinberg after the pass was blocked. Now the shot gets blocked. Up to the point, Valaro. Back down the board, Steinberg rolls the circle. Shoots, hits the side of the cage. Vent looking to clear. He's able to get the puck middle for Ronaldo. Ronaldo's over the red. Ronaldo back on the forehand. Forced to the boards and swings it around. Duran out of the zone, 2-on-2 with Steinberg. Duran drags and shoots. Katopka keeps the shot tight to the body, and we'll get the whistle. Reminder, we got Manhasset, Syosset coming up next here on the LI Sports Network to wrap up the Sunday night doubleheader. Make sure you stay tuned for our post-game player of the game interview as well. Going forward off the draw, out for backhander. Kinzer just fought off at the nick of time. D-to-D pass is with Lawler just trying to spin out of the zone. Touched across to Bone. Through the middle for Zoles. Zoles out to the slot. Bone shot off the shoulder of Katopka. Goes out of play. Brandon Katopka has had a phenomenal night for the Bethpage Eagles in his first game here in the varsity season. Wendell trying to dig it out of the pile. Taken away. Bone on a keep. Big slap shot. Came off the stick of Chang. And Wendell settles it down. Moves it to Chang. And now Palicia. Palicia trying to toe drag. Knocked off the puck. Continues to battle though. Able to cycle it to the corner. 2.5 gone in the third. Out of the corners, Palicia. Swiped back low by Lawler, and a big hit thrown by Lawler. And he's going to get called for a penalty here. Eagles are going to go on the power play. They got to be careful to not get it evened up here. Palicia back to his feet, coming off the ice now. It's a cross-checking penalty going on Lawler here. power play for Bethpage begins, and the Storm able to send the puck out. Billy Wendell going to start this breakout. Wendell trying to carry into the zone. It's cleared out. Duran going to get a shorthanded break. Duran around the poke check. He scores. A quick forehand, backhand tuck. It's a shorty for Jack Duran. And it's 4-1 for the Storm. Beautiful goal right there from Duran, using the speed to catch up to that 50-50 puck. Saw the poke check coming from Katopka and is able to slide it 5-hole. A 3-goal lead now for VSSL. Wendell chipping the puck back in. Pass through the slot under the tape of Wendell from Seglio. And it's fired all the way down the sheet by Francavilla. Katopka to Wendell. Now Ronaldo's going to skate in. 3-on-2. Ronaldo cuts middle. Shot save. Rebound. Rush. Swipes it away. It's Ronaldo back into the O-zone. Cutting in wide. Punched out. Rebound. That goes just off target. Bergen on the keep-in. Gloves it, settles to the cage, blocked by Francavilla. Steinberg high flip out. Duran racing after it. Katopka read that and comes way out to play it. It's Ribeiro. Pass taken away by Steinberg. Bergen recovers though. Cuts wide on Rush. Bergen looking slot with it. Kicks all the way across. Steinberg can't clear. Ronaldo tied him up. That's cleared out. Another foot race going to be won by Duran. Duran's in. Save made. Steinberg collects the rebound. Trying to cut to get a shot. It's Steinberg. Back to 5-on-5. Looking for Duran. Reaching out for it. Couldn't collect the pass. Bones shot off a glove right into Katopka's glove and covers. Storm controlling off the faceoff. It's Zoles up to the point with it. Winding, firing, bone off a stick. Ends up over the net. Kinzer fans on the pass. Iosa collects. Iosa takes a check, slides it to Zoles. Save made, Katopka. Kicks across to Kinzer. Unable to hold the zone. Hacked out by Seglio. Flip comes off of Iosa. Lost it in the skates. Trying to jump on him, Inhas. And it was taken back by Zoles. Zoles cuts in, evades a check. Drop pass. Kinzer can't get the shot through. Wendell stepped up on him. Wendell takes it away. And it's a stretch. Breakaway try. Seglio's in. He shoots. Denied by Algazzini. Shot on net, Algazzini. Makes an easy stop there for the netminder. Storm looking to clear. It's Ng. Hits Steinberg with the pass. Steinberg. From left to right. Wendell knocks him off the puck. But a turnover forced in front. They score. Ronaldo cutting across the middle, and Duran pokes it off his stick and in. Unfortunate bounce for the Eagles. Good pressure from Duran. 5-1 now for the Storm. Right on goal. Chance. Duran put it wide as Ng had the initial net drive. Puck stick checked away, and it's Duran carrying it back in. Duran hooks a pass to the front. It's blocked. Steinberg walking through, poked away, jumps over Ng's stick. Lawler steps into one. Hits Steinberg on the way to the net. Steinberg back into the zone. Has Duran to his right. Steinberg tucks the shoulder, drags, shoots. Katopka keeps it out. Holds the 5-hole in time. Half the period gone, half it to go. 5-1 for the Storm. Duran with back-to-back goals. Francavilla. Leading the rush here. Francavilla. Splits the D, just poked away by Bergen. Spins back to the corner. Pass is blocked. Bergen playing it across the sheet. Francavilla takes it away. Swiped off the stick by Ronaldo. Algazzini way out. Puts it back to the wall. Into neutral ice with 6.5 remaining. Bethpage trying to regroup. It's Francavilla to Rush. Rush goes up the boards just beyond Nepagata's reach. Bergen's back to get it. Bergen stops up behind his own net. Nice move coming out of the zone. And another. Trying to settle this rolling puck. Drops it off for Ronaldo. Ronaldo skates in. Punched out. Algazzini covers it up. Unable to skate that puck out was Bone on the D-zone face-off win. It's back into the corner for the Eagles. Ribeiro around the net. Still Ribeiro. Pass is blocked. Kicks across to Bergen. Floats it on goal. And Algazzini holds. Eagles win the faceoff. Bergen backhands it down the wall. It's jumped and scooped by Kinzer. Hits Zoles, who's trying to receive it through the legs. Katopka way out of the net to play. Gets the stick tied up. It comes out to the blue paint, and the Storm can't get a shot off. Zoles moves it across. He's going to get called for an interference penalty here. And Zoles going to the box. Bethpage going on the power play. Storm win the faceoff, clear it out. Katopka sends it out to the red, and Ronaldo backhands it in. Zoles for interference, once again the penalty call. Katopka long for Seglio, jumped by Bone. Offside going to be called here on Bethpage on the zone entry. Minute 20 left on the Bethpage power play. They win the face-off. It's Wendell. Slides it off, and Steinberg going to take it away. Short-handed break for Steinberg. He's in, trying to go to the backhand, and Katopka making the stop with the right pad. Eagles right out of the zone. Billy Wendell driving wide. He'll shoot outside of the net with the wrister. Bergen on the keep. Shovels it towards the cage. It's blocked off and fired out of the zone again. Ribeiro back in with some speed. Ribeiro weaving through. Just fought off by Alguazini. Storm clear the zone. Stretch pass, Ribeiro just tagged up on time. Zoles out of the box in 12. Steinberg stick with on Wendell on the clear, and he'll win the foot race for the puck. Under the triangle of Wendell, Steinberg walks out. Big time stop from Katopka. Zoles returns. It's 5-on-5 again. What a save from Brandon Katopka there. Turnover at the red. It's Duran. Pass gets blocked, and an offside going to be called on VSSL. 3 minutes remaining here in regulation. 5-1 lead for the Storm. Off the pad, Kinzer back out front, still loose in the paint. Pops to the point. Francavilla, glove save, rebound. They score. Kinzer tucks it in. 6-1 now for the Storm. Relentless ozone pressure. A good shot from the point from Francavilla. And Kinzer wins the body positioning and puts it over the pad of the outstretched Katopka. Played back for Francavilla. Sends it to Zoles. Zoles on the zone entry. Drags and shoots. Breadbasket save for Katopka. Right of Katopka for the faceoff. One to the corner by Ribeiro. Back to the point now. Francavilla's shot. Again, Katopka keeps it trapped. Dumped in by the Storm. Back to get it. Michaela Kauf, as the Storm force a turnover, ends up underneath the pad of Katopka. Face-offs, one into the slot. Eagles clear. It's dumped right back in by Bone. Wrapped around to the weak side, but out of the point. Bone gonna let it come out to neutral ice, reset things. Off the wall. Balletta racing into the zone. Forced to the corner, takes a check and another. And he's gonna draw a penalty in the process. Things escalating just a shade here with a minute 14 to go. Officials having a conversation about what's going to be called here. It was initially going to be a power play for the VSSL Storm. Chang's in the box for Bethpage. Imperatores in the box for the Storm. Head of the box now for Bethpage is Vent. Probably to serve penalty for Katopka. Looks like Katopka is getting the exit door early here tonight. So Addison Menz will step between the pipes for the remaining 114 of this game. I guess Katopka's night's actually not over. Back to the hockey, and it's chipped out by the Eagles. Storm got to wait, delayed offside here. Final minute of the game. Bergen backhands it deep. Wendell gets to the puck first, and looks like he snapped his stick in half there. Napa got out of the zone. Wendell retrieves a new twig, is back chasing after the puck. Algazzini hard off the glass, held in at the line. Played back low by Ribeiro. Seglio trying to keep it deep, jumps over the stick of Bergen. Napa got his F1. Bergen back off the boards. Wendell collects. Wendell driving wide off the shoulder of Algazzini. Out through the middle. Collected by Bergen. Nepagata hacks at it, sends it deep. 2 seconds and 1. And that's going to do it for the remainder of this game. 6-1 the final score. The VSSL Storm picking up the win coming off a Thanksgiving turkey. It's a 3-game winning streak for the Storm after dropping in their first 2 of the campaign, up to 3-2 now on the season. Bethpage fall to 0-4. Stick with us here for our post-game interview, as we'll have our player of the game stepping over shortly following the completion of this handshake. Live here post-game after a 6-1 win for the VSSL Storm. Our player of the game tonight, Joey Francavilla, getting his first goal, first apple of the season. Talk us through that win for the boys, Joey. 6-1, you guys had a complete performance in that one, taking care of business, making it 3 straight wins for you guys.
Yeah, that was good. We got the puck deep, we worked hard, and we got to the net and scored goals.
Talk us through your goal. It came way back in the first period on the power play. Ends up being the game-winning goal tonight. Coast to coast, get the assist from your netminder.
Yeah.
Just talk us through what you saw on that one, leading that rush, and a great wrist shot to find the back of the net.
I just saw space. I know we were up on the power play, and I saw space and took it and kept going.
So, like I just said, 3-game winning streak. You're coming off the back of Thanksgiving. What do you think the group has to do to keep rolling with this momentum and continue this winning streak?
I think we got to keep fresh and keep working hard and keep grinding.
You heard it here first. The Storm are buzzing right now. I keep saying it, when it rains, it pours. It's storming here at the TOB. Joey Francavilla, our player of the game. Make sure you stick with us for Game 2 of our doubleheader between Manhasset and Syosset coming up next.